What a day. What's up, Facebook friends? This is Les McDaniel. I'm coming at you again. That stick keeps sticking. I don't know what's going on. I don't like that. But hey, one of these days I'll find something as cool as Superman or Spider-Man's. Do they have anything that they say? No. To infinity and beyond. Well, that's what we got. There's always Toy Story. So let's jump right in, and I'm not referring to the creek. That would be freezing right now. It's 50 degrees, and some of you it's colder than I get it, but let's not waste our time on that. For this metaphor today, I really kind of want to share with you a little bit about how we personify ourselves, if you will, in what I would call an iceberg. But in order to show you an iceberg, I wanted to have with me a whiteboard, and I was planning on doing this in my house, but it turns out that whiteboard is not here. But I have something equally as handy, and it happens to be in the palm of my hand. Okay, don't hold that one against me. Anyways, this is representative of an iceberg. And what I want to tell you about this iceberg is that what floats above the surface, and this right here, guys, this is the surface. You see the line. You can see it right there. That's the line. That is the ocean as we know it. And this above, the tip of the iceberg, is the thing that we present to the world. It's the vocals that we give. It's the things that are observable by the outside world, things that we ultimately portray to the world so that they can see what we want them to see. And sometimes it's really the stuff that we ourselves only know. It's how we dress. It's the things that give us the things that we do to make sure that we are, I don't know anything about the vanity side of that, but it's those kinds of things. But what people don't recognize and realize about us is how much more there is below the surface. And sometimes we don't even know what that is for ourselves. And the important part of this is that this is where we truly reside at the very drive of what makes us do the things we do. It's ultimately the thing that we're trying to discover so that we can be the fullness of our whole self, which is the iceberg in us. Now, the lesson for today is really key for my life. I've really struggled to actually do this the right way according to my standards, because what I want to present to you looks nothing like the fullness. And so I am discovering deep down that when we go deep and we dive in, ultimately there's going to be some of you guys that just can't handle the fullness of who you are. And you're going to hide behind the surface level of the ocean. You're going to stand at the top of who you are. And whatever it is that you are presenting yourself as, if that's what you have to hide behind because you're so afraid to be authentic and vulnerable to this world, well, guess what, guys? We're never going to get deeper into who we really are as a people. There's so much below the surface of what's going on in our world, and unless we are honest with who we are and what we want to become as a vision for this new world, there's no way we're going to do that unless we start with ourselves. And so I want to encourage you to dive in deep, to join me on this journey, and let's find out what it looks like. Ask questions of yourself. Ask questions of those around you. There are some really big, helpful keys to this. The number one thing I can leave with you today is you got to be compassionate and graceful oriented toward yourself. Be patient. Be patient with yourself as you are in this discovery phase. But there's another real critical piece to this, and that is that you've got to work hard. You've got to work hard to discover these things. You've got to be willing to get in the frigid waters and to deal with the hard things in your life. Some of you have lived either a really good life that's been cush and you've got all sorts of baggage that comes with being taken care of all your life. Others of you are dealing with tremendous amounts of pain, and that pain is holding you back, and that pain has a source that is deeply rooted at the very base of your iceberg. And ultimately, what we don't want is we don't want any of that to sink your ship. Pardon the Titanic. Anyways, we don't want anything to sink your ship of life. And the third thing, ultimately, for all of us to be very, very clear about is that you've got to ask for help in this world. You're not here to do it alone. We're not here to be driven to the point of insanity. We're not here to chase our dreams so that we can't experience them in this day. And so finding out what really drives you will ultimately lead you to more happiness than anything you do to prop yourself up and to primp yourself to the top, to beautify the tip of the iceberg. And so I'm challenging you today. Let's look at what's deep under the waters. Dive deep in and let's really find out what we can do when we swim together and discover the true self that lies deep within each of us. Guys, that's all I got today. And remember, I don't have anything to remember. Just love yourself. And that's all I got for today. Peace out, bro and sisters. That was the weirdest ending. One of these days, we're going to have something really cool there. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.